All right. Oh shit. Hold on. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gilbert's It's All About the Media podcast, the stuff where we just talk about the media and stuff. And today I have a very special guest of mine. I've known this guy for a long time. He needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give it to him. Please welcome
Thank you.
the man in your nightmares, the maker of widows, the creator of the fatherless. Please welcome
Man,
Mr. Estevan Valdez.
it's cold in here.
All right, hold on.
So,
Hold on. I thought my camera just turned off, but you know what? I still have the camera on here, so we could continue. All right. Bro, I can't.
difficulty.
Yeah. All right. All right. Before we start off, just give us a little bit about yourself. So, just tell us who you are and what's your occupation.
Estevan Valdez, the one and only. I own a little gym here in San Antonio, Texas, called Juggernaut Fitness Systems, Juggernaut's Gym, either or. And pretty much we just help people fucking get strong as fuck and have an attitude, really. So
Yeah. Honestly, like you've told me your views on like Herbalife and all that, and as you know, like I'm a media guy, and you and I both know that the media pushes a lot of I guess you could say like fat loss foods, fat loss herbal products, and like Nutrisystem, and of course Herbalife. I mean, as a personal trainer or someone whose life is fitness, because let's be honest, you are the biggest meathead I have ever met in my life. What are I mean, you told me about Herbalife, but anything else also like Nutrisystem, the keto fast? I mean, what are your thoughts? Just so let the whole world know.
well, I think it really depends on what exactly we're talking about, because when it comes to things like Herbalife, that's just simply like a product that you have to buy over and over and over again, indefinitely, if they're not really teaching you how fat loss actually works. There's other things though that I don't really have such a big problem with, like it's expensive, but it's not necessarily bad. Things like Jenny Craig, or kind of where they sell
Oh
you like
yeah.
pretty much like you're using the like the point system. I don't have a problem with that. You can do that without having to buy it if you just understand how to count calories and macros and things like that. But
Yeah.
I have more of a problem with pushing just like a simple product that kind of absolves you of having to do the hard work and the discipline. Because no matter what, if you want to get in shape, you're gonna have to go without. Like you're gonna have to sacrifice some shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I
And
don't like, is that
and the issue with me on that is that they don't tell you, they only tell you like you just eat and you lose the weight. They don't tell you the part where you still need to like go out and like get a daily workout, once or twice or three times a week. Even if you lose the weight, you still have to maintain that weight loss, or whatever was your goal weight, you still have to work to keep that weight that you have. You know what I mean?
it's all a constant. Like you're never gonna get there and just be like, okay, cool, I'm here. You know. So yeah, you got to continue to work at it, and that's what a lot of these big old like corporations, they don't really. They, of course, they're not going to tell you that because they want you to keep buying their shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I
they're
mean,
not going to be upfront with you.
because let's just say if like I don't know, let's just say Shaq has like his like I guess like his, aside from Papa John's, obviously that's the only fast food I know that will have a feature athlete. But if say Shaq
Okay.
has like his like Nutrisystem or his keto fast or whatever, and he says like, okay, you eat this, but you also have to count the calories and get a good workout in. Corporations and marketing are only going to focus on the just the eating and losing the weight part. They don't tell you about the exercise, like get like at least walk. They don't even tell you to go walk, which is a basic exercise to do.
Oh, that's a good point to make, because walking is like the first thing that anybody should just start doing if they're trying to get in shape. But yeah, you're right, and it's because it's just not cool. Like, and that's what I think that we try to do differently, is we try to make it like it's cool to work hard. Like it's cool to put in those sacrifices. It's not, you don't want it to be easy, because then you don't change, you don't grow. So that's what these big companies try to do is they try to take away the. It's not sexy to say, oh, you're gonna have to work really hard. It's easier to just say, hey, you just drink this shit, take this pill, you're gonna shit out 20 pounds. You
Yeah.
know, and it really goes beyond even weight loss because as I think as we both know, because I don't know if you guys know, but I've trained Gilbert in the past before. Like it's not even really just working out and eating. It's also like the the component of like sort of becoming confident in yourself. So it's not, a lot of people think they're gonna lose weight if they take all these fucking supplements, and then even if they do, they still don't feel like fucking happy with themselves because they haven't really become a different person through the doing.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen Mama June with her weight loss? Or have you ever seen or at least heard of Honey Boo Boo? Yeah,
That shit.
I
Like when I go over to the house, they'll be watching that shit.
I know, but like I mean, when they show Mama June and her weight loss, like she looks happy with like the curvy when she was curvier. But when she got to like you can't really like see her body, like she's all skin and bone. You could tell she looked miserable. She looked depressed. I mean, again, they don't even tell you sometimes, because they tell you like you feel happy when you lose weight or when you exercise rather than you don't have to be at high risk of diabetes or what cancer. They don't tell you that. It's just more like a be happy kind of a thing.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think that's the big draw for a lot of people. Like obviously a lot of people want to, be happier, be more confident in their body. But again, that only comes with the actual, it doesn't come so much from the weight loss. It comes more from the doing the work every day. And then as you start doing things every day, you become disciplined, you start having more motivation, you start understanding like, hey, I could wake up every day and change my habits, and you start becoming a different person. So a lot of people think, hey, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Even if a pill could get you to lose 20 pounds, you're still not going to be any different because you've just taken a pill. You haven't actually gotten off your ass and
Hmm.
weathered the storm and went out there, and when it's cold and fucking went for a jog or worked out when your muscles are, in pain or whatever. So yeah, and it's true too. There's also what you're saying, like with that lady. What's her name? Mama June.
Mama June, I don't know what her real name is. I don't really care either.
Yeah, yeah. You can. Yeah. There's definitely people think that they're going to be happy when they look like this, but sometimes they're much more happy over here. So
Yeah,
yeah, you don't want to be as obese as she was, and you might not want to be like fucking 100 pounds, like a little stick. There's
yeah,
some middle ground there. But it really just comes down to you having to search within yourself, and you
yeah.
know
And then like you also got these crash diets that like YouTube, even social media, like what was it, the military diet or the egg diet, or I've tried them, to be honest, bro. They're hard. If anyone's out there, I don't recommend it, just be on the stance of like if you're over, let's say you're over like you're between 180 and 210, if you and you're hungry all the time, it's not gonna work out for you, trust me. And they don't tell you in the beginning that it's gonna be water fat, or what is it
like
called?
a lot of water weight. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
they
lose a
don't
lot of
tell you
water.
it's water weight. It's more of like they just tell you just eat this amount and then you lose like 10 pounds in 3 days or whatever, but they don't
My
tell you it.
my my stepmom did that military one where it's like in
Oh.
the morning it's like one boiled egg or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is wild, bro. It's so crazy. That's another thing that's so crazy to me is that people are willing to do such drastic shit in the short term, but they're not willing to just do like a little bit of work consistently
Yeah.
in the long term. Like you could every day wake up and you can have 3 or 4 good sized meals, chicken breast, rice,
Yeah.
a little bit of fats. You can have that meal 3, 4 times a day and you'll lose weight consistently over the next course of the 12 weeks. But they're like, no, I want 10 pounds this week and I'm willing to fucking eat one whole egg a day.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
I mean, I'm not complaining because I mean, I prefer soft boiled eggs and hard boiled. I like a good runny yolk, but I read this thing where it's like, stop getting upset over egg yolks and egg whites because eggs, and no matter what, has the same amount of calories. Yes, the egg, what was it? No, the egg yolk has more calories. I forgot what it said. All
Yeah,
I
the
kn-
egg white, the egg yolk is where the fats are contained, and so fats have more calories per gram than like the protein, which is more going to be found in like the whites of the egg. But they're
Yeah.
still good. I mean, it just
Yeah.
depends on how much.
Yeah, it doesn't it doesn't bother me. I've had egg whites, and I've had again eggs with the yolk, and I love a good runny yolk. Soft boiled egg is always where I'm gonna go. I guess because I guess because I don't like that yolk all clumpy when it's hard boiled.
That should be
What?
one of your shirts. It'll be
What?
like your podcast name is like I love a good runny yolk. I
Yeah.
I'd
No,
buy that
but
shit.
yeah, that'll be fun. No, it's funny because I just randomly thought of you heard of Guy Fieri from the Food Network channel? The one? Yeah, okay. So he hates eggs, like he doesn't love eggs at all. Like he's always been open about it. And then there was an episode where on Guy's grocery game where his son and one of the judges played a joke on him where the whole episode was gonna be about eggs and he had to judge the dishes. And again, he doesn't love eating eggs, but and the competitors obviously they did something where it's like where a guy would be okay with eating it. He loves Asian food, so one of the creators did one of those like those ramen noodles with the egg in it.
Oh, okay, yeah, like faux.
Yeah, and then this Indian woman, she did a pizza, and she scrambled the eggs and she put a lot of cheese on there, and he says like, if I would not have seen you make that, I wouldn't believe there was eggs in that pizza. Oh.
It. Oh shit, my bad. It was just straight cheese in that motherfucker, or what?
Yeah. Hey, dairy's good, man. And there is something else that was that got into mind, and I was gonna I was gonna talk about this, but then we start talking about fucking Guy Fieri and fucking eggs. But I was gonna say like even Subway a long time ago when they had their original the pedophile, I forgot his name.
Yeah, Jared. He was fucking all the
Jared.
kids. That's how that's
So
that's
like
how he lost all the weight.
but like he said, like he would go to like Subway every day and stuff like that. But to me, again, that's like a wrong thing of promotion because again, they didn't tell you that he probably did a couple of walks or something like that. But yeah, despite what he has done, they still didn't explain the whole truth about it. And yeah, Subway
I
doesn't. I was gonna say Subway, yeah, doesn't have that much. Actually, it didn't have that much fattening food then. As of now, I compared it, bro, and I could see they have a lot more calories now than what they did back then.
Dude, I think the thing is like I think there's a difference between like blatant lying and then like withholding information. I don't know if I can consider that the same, but I feel like if you do like let's say you're used to eating McDonald's every single day and fucking Burger King and all these other super fried high fatty foods that contain a lot of calories. If you switch over and you start having a Subway, twice a day or something, you're drastically cutting your calories.
Yeah,
You can end up going from like 2,700 calories a day from McDonald's versus like almost half of that with Subway. So even if you don't exercise, you are going to lose some weight in the beginning. So I feel like I don't know if necessarily would say that they're lying. I think it's kind of true that obviously Subway's a better choice than McDonald's. But yeah, of course, that guy Jared is doing other shit. Like,
yeah,
but of course, I'm not going to tell you that.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a quick water break, and we'll be back with more stuff.
Hell no,
Esteban, hey,
no water
you're
break
still
for
gonna be
Jared.
talking, man. Hold on, I'm just gonna take a break real quick. All right, in three, two, one. All right, welcome back to the Gilbert. It's all about the media podcast. I am back with Estevan Valdez. You know, I've known this again. I've known this guy for years, but for those who've never known him, I feel sorry for you for hearing him the first time. But no, you
It's a
know,
compliment, actually.
yeah.
You're like,
Hey,
I feel sorry that you don't know this amazing person. Thank you. I'll take it.
yeah, no, man. Hey, if anybody's in the San Antonio area, dude, check this guy out. If he tortures you, that's because he loves you. That's just you know. You
That's
know,
true.
and earlier we were talking about pills. Like what, like hydroxycut or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. How do you say it?
Hydroxycut.
Hydroxycut. And then they also have like Facebook or Instagram will say keto pills, or you will even get a lot of spam mail saying like as seen on Shark Tank, like these pills that'll make you lose like 100 pounds in a month or some shit like that. But then also, what is it called? Eugenics? Who's the spokes guy? Who's the spokes guy again?
I have no idea, but I know the brand, but I don't know who the fuck.
I
I
mean,
didn't know
what are
there was
your
like a guy.
thoughts on like these, like these again? I mean, you've told me about the weight loss pills, but what about these other supplements that supposedly like, they give you energy, especially for like guys that are like getting old, you know?
Yeah, I don't really think it's a problem, but again, I don't think what it does is a problem. I think what they perpetuate that it does is the problem. So yeah, you can buy a fat burner pill, hydroxycut or whatever, and it's not going to help you burn fat. Like it's not going to burn fat off your body. But what it will do is give you more energy, and then maybe through the energy, you'll be burning more calories throughout the day. Hopefully, you get enough energy to want to get your ass to the fucking gym, and through that, you can burn fat. So it does help you in that it gives you energy to go do the hard things, like working out and exercising. But you can't take those pills and then eat 5,000 calories of fucking milkshakes all day and then
Yeah.
burn fat. It doesn't go to your fat stores and burn them. That only happens through utilizing your fat as energy, by burning
Yeah.
calories.
And it's a dangerous thing because people can actually get addicted to those kinds of pills, like we talked about people not being happy with their weight, and people are like, I want to lose like all this pound, like freaking 100 pounds in 2 months, or like they're trying to push themselves. But then again, you could overdose. I even heard you could actually overdose on protein, which is a weird thing. I don't. It's something like the iron in your body. I don't. Science is not my thing. So
You can overdose on anything, really. You could die. There's people that die drinking too much water. It's just not likely that it happened through protein. You'd have to eat, and really not likely at all. But if you have some sort of maybe kidney problem or something, it might be an issue. But usually for the everyday person, you'd have to fucking probably be consuming like, I don't know, 600 grams of protein, which would be crazy.
yeah,
You'd throw up before you fucking die. But yeah, I mean, people can die of anything, really. You can die of caffeine. You can die of being overweight. It's just you kind of got to choose. Like, I don't have a problem with the pill so much if somebody takes them responsibly, and it
hmm
helps them get up and get some energy to go to the gym or whatever. But yeah, you don't want to rely on those things. But again, if right now that's what you need to get your ass up, and then fucking do it.
yeah,
But don't if it says take a pill, then take a pill. Don't take 5 pills. And that's
yeah.
why a lot of people actually really do end up having problems, is because like ephedrine. I don't know if you remember ephedrine, but it was like back in the 70s, maybe early 80s.
Mm.
Uh, and what it does, it's sort of almost like a cousin to like crystal meth, like a
Oh
methamphetamine. And
wow,
it's highly stimulatory. So you're fucking all hyped up and you're moving around, and fucking women would be cleaning the fuck out of the house and shit.
dang,
And they would burn a lot of fat because I mean they would be using a lot of calories. But what happens is it'll say, hey, if you weigh this much, take this much. But then they think, oh, well, if I take double, it'll work double as fast. But that's not true. Then you end up having a heart attack or a fucking heart palpitations or freaking out. So
dang.
it's just about people. It's hardly ever that you take it in moderation and something crazy happens. There's more people that abuse it.
Yeah, man, and like I've had
God damn!
this dude really loves his gains so much. I'm not talking about the muscles. I'm talking about the stuff you use for your washing clothes, that kind of gains.
My extra large penis.
No, and yeah, you said you didn't have a problem. I mean, I've taken what the hydroxy cut, but it's weird because I never really finished the tab till like a year later. Like, I'm pretty sure there are people that done that, and I don't take them really. I've only taken them like once, and again, like I didn't really have too much of a problem with that. I just don't want it to be an addiction. But I barely have an addiction to anything, and that's just because I'm lazy, and you know, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
you're too lazy to have addictions, right? It's such a fucking
that'll
hard
be
work.
it's like that would be a weird
Well,
AA meeting, It's like, I never used to be addicted because I didn't get the energy to be addicted.
now that I start taking these pills, I have all sorts of energy to be addicted to shit.
Yeah. No, man. But dude, what was that drug you said that was in the 70s again? What?
Ephedrine?
Ephedrine. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you speak, you don't talk until like a few seconds later. Yeah. Ephedrine.
Okay.
Dude, that's like Oh my gosh. I was um I'm surprised I haven't heard that on the Joe Rogan experience yet. I,
I'm sure someone's brought it up.
I mean, no, because have you
It
heard
was
of the horse pill he's taking for his COVID?
well, I mean, yeah, it's not a horse pill, but yeah, yeah, they are. It's used as that as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
ivermectin. Yeah, for
ivermectin.
sure.
Dude, that's just weird. I don't know. I don't think I would ever trust myself using, medicine that's made for an animal or FDA approved for human. But then again, people started getting the vaccine before the
It's made
FDA.
for humans,
Oh,
and they
really?
also, well, yeah, ivermectin was used for, I think it's for some sort of viral infection or something like that. But it's been used in humans, but they
Oh, wow.
also use it for horse medication or some shit like that, animal
Dang.
medication, which is a lot of things. I mean, it's like, dude, the vet will prescribe aspirin for your fucking dog. Like if your
Yeah.
dog had a surgery. I mean, I take aspirin. I mean, what the fuck? Like
Hey.
it just happens to work for us both. So.
Yeah. And
Let's talk about this, bro. Since you're all about the media, did you hear about what happened to Whoopi Goldberg?
oh, was it the was it like a oh, it was the Holocaust, right?
Fucking dumb.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Like, it's funny because it's like I don't watch The View every day, but every time that I do see it, my reaction to that is I forgot Whoopi Goldberg exists, because you don't really see her anything else.
Nah, she hasn't done shit. I think they're all
Yeah,
fucking idiots on that show, but whatever.
yeah, bro.
I don't watch that show ever except when I hear like the dumb shit that they say. I'm like, ugh, pisses me
Yeah,
off.
I know. But I do have one thing. Like like I like watching Ninja Warrior, and one of the guys, he's no longer on the show anymore because of he's very controversial. One, he was very supportive of Trump, and I don't think that's controversial anymore, or as it was back then. I don't think it's controversial. You have a right to support whoever you want, but then he had his thoughts on a recent ninja who had gotten jail for pedophilia. He says like it's not his fault. It's not even the girl's not the victim. It's just because it was more consensual, but the girl was still underage. But when he gave his opinion, everyone was all like, "Dude, you're de-victimizing her or whatever, whatever." So I understand his opinion, but what he is also saying is people should not take the vaccine because it's still experimental. He's encouraging people to at least build their immune system, stop eating sugar, stop eating fatty foods, it's a better way than taking something that's experimental. So I don't know if you've ever taken the vaccine or not, but what are your thoughts on all of that?
I got vaccinated. I don't really care about. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is to
Yeah.
admit that or not. But I actually got COVID recently
Oh yeah, I
during
heard.
Christmas. Yeah, like I got it on the day of Christmas Eve this year,
Oh wow.
and or last year, right? So 2021. And I mean, it was. I'm sure I got the Omicron variant, so I don't know. It wasn't that bad for me, but a lot of people that I knew got it and they were fine, and a lot of them were vaccinated, and some of them weren't vaccinated. Um, but honestly, I would say the people that I knew that were vaccinated, it hit them harder than it did like me and some of my friends who weren't vaccinated. Um, but I mean, yeah, I think it's I don't think it's that much of a polarizing thing. That I think it's more polarized than it should be. But I do think that if you feel the need to get vaccinated, like if you're scared that you're you're part of the population that is highly prone to being seriously hurt by COVID, like if you're older or if you have underlying conditions, diabetes, you're overweight, whatever, get the vaccine. I don't see what the big deal is.
Hmm.
But if you're young and you feel you're fine, I don't. It's also not as crazy as they want to make it seem.
Yeah, I mean, even Joe Rogan has said like, if you're young and healthy and you're active, you shouldn't take the vaccine because you have a stronger immune system. I mean, I don't know if my immune system is strong or not. Yeah, I work out, but who knows? But and then again, I don't know if I caught it because I only tested myself once, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I look at it like this: like, okay, the flu, it could be dangerous, right? It kills people. I haven't got the flu vaccine since I was like fucking 13 years old, dude. And I've gotten the flu, and I've gotten the flu one time since I was 13, and it was bad. I was in bed for like fucking 7 8 days, like you know. But I'm like, it's not. Human beings get sick. I don't understand what the contention is here. It's like people get sick, bro.
Yeah.
and then you just get better. Like, okay, now that I got the fucking COVID, people are like, you're gonna get vaccinated. I'm like, no, I just got COVID. Like, why would I get vaccinated when I just got the
Yeah,
actual? That's called the Lord's vaccine. But
yeah. I mean, people don't realize that the vaccine just supposed to help boost your immune system. Isn't supposed to not like you're not. It's I can't even say it, but I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with. They're not saying you are not going to get COVID again if you get the vaccine. No, it just
yeah,
makes your immune system supposedly
more
makes your
able to handle it. Yeah,
yeah. But again, either way, you're still going to get because yeah, there's a flu shot, and but people still get the flu. You know, there's meningitis shots, and people still get meningitis.
it's not a cure. Yeah, it's just a vaccine.
Yeah, there's a difference between a cure and a vaccine. You know what I mean? Like,
And
you
that's
know,
the thing, though, that I do agree with that guy is that whether you get vaccinated or not get vaccinated, it's like there's still a whole bunch of other things that you can do to try to at least help your chances of if you do get sick, not just with COVID, but of the flu, of anything. I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure if you weigh 400 pounds and you break your leg, it's going to be way fucking harder to recover than it is if you're in a healthy body fat range and you break your leg. You know what I'm saying? Right? 'Cause now you got to tote around 400 pounds, and it's
yeah,
extremely difficult. So there's always things you can do to help your chances, like eating healthier, exercising. Of course, those things are going to help, but people don't want to hear that. But people are fucking idiots.
yeah. All right, okay. We're gonna take a quick break, real quick, and let's just say if you don't love Estevan right now, you're gonna keep loving him again. So, and he needs to take a dump. So I'm just kidding. Do you?
No, but I could take a piss though
All right,
if I had the opportunity.
all right. We'll be back real quick. Three. Oh, hold on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, we are back to Gilbert's It's All About the Media podcast. I am still with Estevan Valdez, sadly. No, but it's no surprise and it might not be any. Well, if you know Estevan, you would know it's not a big surprise that he's a huge fan of like the Marvel DC films. I mean, every time you see these guys, I mean, what's your reaction to like their full like 6-pack physique, all muscle, no fat? I mean, when you see these guys.
Well, I guess if you're into like the bodybuilding or like powerlifting or anything like that kind of culture, like when you look at these guys, they almost look like just, uh, you know, they look pretty normal bodies. I mean, obviously they are taking extracurricular drugs to achieve these transformations, but compared to like the bodybuilders and shit, yeah, these dudes look like they're pretty. They still look pretty healthy, even though they're obviously taking a little bit of steroids to get in shape. But
I
they're no
mean,
way as big as like some of these bodybuilders right now that are fucking at the Olympic level.
yeah, no, man. I mean, when
They have great bodies though. I mean, great
they
physique.
do, yeah. I mean, when I met Lou Ferrigno, that dude's almost 70 and he's still jacked, bro.
Oh, dude, I met him too at a convention like
Oh,
maybe
really?
10 years ago. Yeah, he complimented me. He was like, "Hey, man, you got some gains on you." I said, "Thank you, sir." Thank you,
Here's
sir.
here's the thing. But at the time I met him, I didn't know he had a hearing deficiency. Because I tried to like get his notification. I thought he was like being an ass, But then they
What'd
told
you say?
me when I was trying to get his attention, I thought like he was just being an ass, avoiding me. But I
What?
did it.
No, I'm
Can
just
you?
kidding. I'm just
Okay.
playing. I have a
No.
deficiency, a hearing deficiency.
Yeah. No, but he said but then they said that he has a hearing deficiency. So I was like, oh, never mind, I'm the ass, you know. But
That's just
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's just me. But then you got again Ferrigno, but then you also got Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. I mean, they were full on jacked in the 70s and 80s, but now they're just old jacked. Like they're old people, but they got saggy muscles.
Hey, Sylvester Stallone's in good shape for his age, bro.
Yeah, dude,
That's the thing too. When you look at these guys that are in the superhero movies, they're not even half as jacked as like Arnold was or like Sylvester Stallone was. Like back in the day, though, those guys were fucking like
yeah.
these guys look pretty okay. Pretty.
I
I
mean,
would say the biggest one is obviously Thor. He has
Thor.
probably the biggest physique out of them all. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that back then, even Charlton Heston from Ben Hur and the Ten Commandments, dude, he was pretty. This was the 50s, bro. All right, there was no McDonald's and Subway and stuff. There wasn't even any television. There was, but there wasn't like some good television to watch. This was just all like either you go outside and play or don't do anything at all, you know?
But their physiques were natural at that point. I don't even think
Yeah.
steroids were really around at that point.
Well, I
Too.
don't really
Yeah.
care for them either, you know. But then you also got these like wrestlers, even retired wrestlers, you know. And I don't know what your thoughts on the yoga part, but there are famous wrestlers like Mick Foley and Diamond Dallas.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I mean, they do yoga, but have you ever done that yet, or any yoga at all? You
I've
have?
done it. I have.
Oh, yeah, I've done it a couple of times, you know. And again, you wrestlers, it's hard to believe wrestlers actually do yoga, but especially some of the retired ones, again, like Mick and Diamond Dallas Page, you know.
It's just, I mean, it's like anything else. I think as you get older, people start understanding like, okay, I can't just be all hardcore fucking in the gym, all lifting crazy other
Yeah,
way. I also gotta do the other stuff, which is get more into it, my body, get more mobile, get more flexible. Yoga's
yeah,
good. I like it because it helps me relax because I'm all fucking hyped up.
yeah. I remember when I did a real yoga class, like I didn't realize how tense I was and how many bones are like stiff, you know. Like when I did one pose, I could feel like one muscle just loosen up, and then I can hear my bones crack, you know. And yeah, and I don't know if any of these like new actors have done it, like Aquaman, Jason Momoa, and yeah, fuck, I don't know. Like all the Marvel actors. Actually, here's the thing I found out: Chris Evans eats like 5,000 calories a day, and he burns them all. And I don't know how that dude's not even that. Like he's pretty. He's not that tall, but he's not that swole either. You know?
And I also think a lot of these tabloids and stuff, they'll pretty much they'll exaggerate a lot of shit.
Yeah. I mean, you remember what they said about The Rock's cheat day meal, where it's like, what is it, like four like very thick pizzas and fucking what, like
What's
pancakes.
that?
Dude, I don't know. And you said, I remember when we were talking about that a long time ago when I was actually working out with you. You said it's based on their metabolism. Can you elaborate on like what is somebody's metabolism and how is it different for like, like people who are like hardcore workers and people like us, who can't eat that much? Can you just
Well,
explain?
yeah, so pretty much everyone has what they would call your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, which is how much calories your body burns doing nothing. So obviously, it's going to be different based off of your age, if you're male or female, if you're tall, if you're short, how much work you're doing. Like, if you have a manual labor job, that's obviously going to increase it. If you're sitting at a desk all day, it's probably going to be a little lower. And then, of course, sometimes you have those freak individuals that they sit at a desk all day, but they still burn a shitload of calories. It really
Yeah.
just depends on a multitude of factors, but everyone's body's burning a certain amount of calories.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's going to change like the more muscle you get, because now if you're the Rock and you're carrying around, I don't know how much you weigh, but let's say you weigh 250 and you're all muscle, you know, your body has so much demand to maintain that muscle that you're just burning so many calories. Obviously, one, you're heavy, and the second of all, it's muscle, so now your body's demanding so much more,
Yeah.
just to keep you active, to keep you moving. So these guys can eat way more, and obviously it's different for us. But yeah, you would have to scale that down. It's like you can't eat as much as the Rock. You could be fat as
Yeah.
fuck. The Rock could pull it off because he's the Rock.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously drugs and all that is going to help you increase it. How much calories your body's burning and things like that.
Yeah, and like Chris Pratt. I don't know if you've ever seen that before and after photo where like Chris Pratt we were like pretty chunky before he did the Guardians of the Galaxy. And he said in an interview, like when he started doing it, he drank a lot of water. And of course he had to pee a lot. I mean, when you started like going into the gym, did you ever have to drink a lot of water and use the bathroom like 20 times a day?
Now, dude, I take a piss all the time because I'm just drinking water constantly. Dude, I piss like a fucking little girl, dude. I'll piss like
Dude,
every 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
dude, but like I see your Instagram and your Snapchat stories, and you're drinking like Bang and Venom, and actually you were drinking them when I was training with you, and I'm like, no, he's got to use the restroom at some point in the session.
I drink a lot of water though, besides just those things.
Yeah,
But I do drink a lot of caffeine as well. That's my habit, my bad habits, and a
yeah.
lot of caffeine.
Here's the thing. When I did the egg diet, whatever, I drank like Monster or Red Bull because I need like some of the sugar and the caffeine to help me at least be active throughout the day. Because I found out when you're eating something that's more rather high in protein than stuff that has like fiber and iron and all that, your body will just be like, I don't know, like you feel like you're sick almost. And because you're really not eating a lot. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. Again, science isn't really my thing, you know.
I didn't really. So you say what? It made you feel sick?
Yeah. Well, it didn't make me feel sick actually, but I heard like a lot of people felt like sick or out of breath or like they just couldn't move just because they were stuck with eating just eggs. And I heard like some were eating like a small bowl of oatmeal, which is a little bit of fiber, but not a lot.
Starving themselves, pretty much.
Yeah. I
It could
mean,
be. It could
I
be
mean,
anything. A lot of the time too, you're just gonna feel different from if every single day you've been having, fast food, and then you switch over, and now you're gonna feel way different, in the
yeah.
beginning. But and again, it depends on how hard you're restricting yourself and stuff. So you just got to be smart about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I one time tried to do like Christian Bale's like the machinist. If anybody who doesn't, he's shaking his head. No, if anybody who's never seen the machinist, bro, that Christian Bale was skinny. If you don't know what it was, for 4 months, I
Like a
believe
can of tuna.
it was a can of tuna, an apple, and he would drink coffee, black coffee, to increase his metabolism. And he did it for 4 months. I done it for 3 days, and I felt sick, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make pancakes the next day, bro. I'm hungry as hell, bro.
That is like obviously these guys are like professionals. Like they have their whole,
Yeah,
they have their whole team surrounding them. So if anything does go wrong, they have the best medical, available to them. But you don't want to do shit like that. I mean, you can. I mean, it really just depends on how long you do something crazy like that. Like maybe short term, like 2 or 3 days that you got like a wedding this weekend. You
mm,
want to get a little bit leaner. Hey, you can do 2 or 3 days of some hardcore crazy stuff, and maybe you'll be fine. But if you're doing it for 4 months, bro, like I know that Christian Bale got like super. He was like
he was.
hospitalized right after that.
Yeah, but then I think because right after that he started gaining muscle weight because he was about to get ready for Batman
Yeah.
Begins. That yeah. And Christian Bale actually didn't even want to cast him at first just because of how skinny he was. But and of course the director of The Machinist didn't want him to lose any more weight just because he was scared for his safety, and man, dude, and it's what the other thing is that tuna is high in mercury, you know, like you can get mercury. So when did that come out? 2003, right? 2003 or what? I think it was 2003 or 4. Whenever it came out, I'm surprised by now he hasn't gotten a lot of mercury poisoning because that's tuna, unless because they said if he was eating light tuna, it'd be less amount of mercury. But either way, he'd still be containing a lot of mercury in his system.
That much, but it's really over exaggerated. I mean, like you'd have to be eating again. He was starving himself, so he couldn't even be eating that much tuna. Like if you eat a can of tuna a day, you're not gonna get mercury poisoning.
Oh,
You'd have
really?
to eat probably like no, no. I mean, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but just based off what I know about nutrition, there's not enough for you to get any sort of like negative effect from if you have a fucking can of tuna a day. And I'm sure
Yeah.
he wasn't having a lot because he was eating so little. So I,
Yeah.
I think he'd have to be worried more about starving himself than he would mercury poisoning.
Yeah. And here's the
Or
thing, like apples, well, I don't know if this has happened to me, but like sometimes an apple can clean out your system and it just makes me either hungry again or it makes me have to use the restroom again. And it works differently for people. What is it? Is it fiber in apples or what is it again? I don't know.
what's
I
in
just
apple?
I mean, I guess
Or just
I don't look at the nutritional facts in a fruit. I just know they say fruit's good for you, and I just believe them.
well, every fruit's gonna have its like micronutrients that it gives you, some more than others. Like, oh, this one might have a little bit more potassium, like a banana, apple. I mean, I don't know. I don't memorize every single thing off. I'm not a big fruit guy either. Um, but yeah, you're gonna get some fiber. You're gonna get some sugars from fruits and stuff like that. But it's really not anything crazy. It's just a little bit.
All right, all right. I'm gonna take a small little break, and we'll be closing off after this, and yeah, we'll see how much we got here from here. All right. So I'm gonna take a little break, and we'll be back. All right, and then 3, 2, 1. All right, we are back to Gilbert. It's all about the media podcast. I am still with Estevan Valdez. I survived the night, and if it, just to let people know, he does have his own podcast. It's what it's called, Juggernaut Fitness Podcast. Or
And Juggernaut Fitness is podcast.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's only on Spotify because he's broke ass. And no, if you ever want to check it out, it's on Spotify. I've listened to sadly just one episode, but yeah, he's all
No, I was
mad at
kidding.
me. Yeah, if you ever want to check it out. And have you ever listened to any fitness podcasts before, or you're just like, I don't care?
Oh no, yeah, I usually listen to them way more often.
Yeah,
I don't listen to them so much. I usually watch just YouTube videos. Yeah.
yeah, because
Um, or read books.
yeah, I think people are listening to more podcasts and working out than listening to music, which I think I
I can't
think
do that.
I don't I think to me it's like I do need the music just because if something's like very fast paced, very, like I need like that motivation. But to me it also has to be someone who
The
has like a
podcast is
yeah, but it also needs but if it's gonna be a podcast, it needs to be someone who has like a very like entertaining voice, you know what I mean? Like you can't be working out and someone's talking like this, all boring, you know.
the podcasts are too slow. If you're in the gym, I agree with you. You need to have something like fucking that's gonna get your ass up and shit. I can't do.
Yeah,
I don't know how people listen to pod. Once in a while, dude. Like if I'm doing cardio or something slow, I'll put on some podcast or something.
yeah.
But
But
nah, I can't do it when I'm fucking lifting heavy ass weights.
yeah, but like the last thing I want to talk to you about is when COVID started, they started I guess reintroducing like P90X and the perfect beach body, where it's like they just show you how to do like total body toning. I can't say that fast. I can't even say it one time fast. Total body toning, and you also got Pelotons. And then of course they have that what is it called? It's like they teach you how to do ballet stretches, and I guess apparently that is hardcore too. Because I don't know if you ever seen
Oh, dude,
yeah, have you ever
my
seen what's that movie with The
did
Rock?
bell.
What's that movie with The Rock where he's a football player and he's a dad, or he just found out
I
uh
forget. But
oh
I've seen it. I've seen it.
the game plan. That's what it called.
The
Like
game
this,
plan.
like the scene where he's like learning how to do ballet for the first time, and he thought it was gonna be all easy, and then like he's just all like he's like sweating hardcore. You
I used to do ballet, bro, like all throughout high school and dance. And dude, her training was like, I mean, she would come home with her fucking feet all like bruised up and
Yeah.
feet bleeding and shit. So it's intense.
Yeah, my sister Marlene, she used to do dance a lot in high school, and she would come home with callousy feet, but and she was a that was like her workout.
Marlene.
Yeah, that was her workout, and then that was her then because she also did volleyball, if you remember. But I mean like of
Her
course
feet look like the dragons from
yeah.
Game of Thrones.
But for someone who has seen, I'm pretty of course he's seen these. You think people should get these videos if they don't want to spend like so much time at the gym, or um I mean, what are your thoughts on like these at home like home workouts? You think it's worth it, or hold on, I can't hear you right now. Can you try to speak again? uh, I still can't hear you. All right, now I can hear
Okay.
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
All
Yeah,
right,
I really think it just depends.
just depends.
What?
Oh no, sorry. Okay,
Well, technical.
let's restart. Okay, as someone who has seen, all these like the Peloton commercials, these P90X and ballet and all that, as a fitness trainer, you think is it worth for someone to go ahead and download these apps or like order it like on Amazon or whatever? You think it should be worth it for anyone?
I think it depends. I mean, obviously doing something is going to be better than doing nothing. Like if you find something that you feel is like resonating with you and you like the way that the workouts look, it looks fun, then I would say do it. But I would say there are certain things that are better than others. Like, I mean, I used to do P90X when we were in high school,
Oh,
and
really?
that was all I knew because I had my best friend's sister had the DVDs and let me borrow them. So I used that, and I mean, of course, I had to diet still, but yeah, the workouts kick my ass. But obviously, now that I know more and that I'm in the gym, I look back at those workouts. And I'm like, okay, they weren't that hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if to me, it's like, dude, if spending some money is gonna get you off your ass and is gonna get you doing something, then good. As long as you actually do the thing and don't fucking spend the money and then leave it there on your dresser drawer or something.
Yeah.
But you could also find really good shit for free on YouTube. You can find badass workouts on Instagram for free. You don't really have to spend the money. And those workouts are probably going to be a little harder. The thing I don't like about like those P90X stuff is that they also put out a lot of like, oh yeah, buy this DVD, but also like we're gonna recommend you all these supplements with it. And it's like,
Mm.
you don't need that shit. So I would just find somebody on YouTube that's badass. They have a lot of free stuff on YouTube that's good. So it just depends.
Yeah. And like I've download one time I've downloaded Diamond Dallas Diamond it's hard to say his name sometimes, okay? Or
Diamond Dallas Page.
okay, maybe I'm just that stupid. But I
Just DDP.
DDP, I downloaded like his yoga app. But here's the thing though, it's not really like there are certain days where he would like have a full video, but you would only have to watch it that day. The other days you would only watch, hold on, sorry, a car rode by. There are other days where you would have to watch like the full video, but then every other, okay, let me start. When I downloaded his app, there are only certain days where you can watch like a full workout video, like a 40 minute video. But
Yeah,
then
where he's showing you everything.
yeah, but then there are other days where you can only watch like a 2 to 3 minute like session, like a 2 to 3 minute like
It's like a
stretching.
clip.
Yeah, like that was, I guess my one complaint is that I rather have like the full 30 than the full three, but I guess it's also just to warm you up too. But I also didn't like having to like, okay, and now I have to look at another 3 minute video that I can work out with, or at least
Sure. And
repeat it.
I think it just depends on the thing because I think something like with yoga, it's really hard because the movements are so foreign. Like if you've never done them, the movements are so complex, and if you're
Yeah.
watching the video, it's hard to like if you've ever done a follow along yoga video, it's hard because you're like breaking your neck trying to look the video and you're like on the fucking
Yeah, no, I do
but it
have
just depends, man.
I do have yoga classes here at school, and and like I have two teachers, but there'll be one teacher that teaches one day, and then one instructor that teaches the other day, and they're like, they have some very hardcore poses, and sometimes they're like, if you can't do this, then do whatever's comfortable, which I'm glad,
Yeah,
but it's also weird for me because it's like they're so calm. And then when you have Diamond
yeah,
Dallas Page, all right, we're gonna do this stretch, you know,
yeah.
but and then I also do like I have like done some fuck, what's it called? When cycling. I've done cycling
Okay.
um before, and that kicks your ass a lot because you're not just more it's more than just like you're on the bike that goes nowhere and spinning like 20 miles an hour. Like they'll give you like weights to like do some curls while you're cycling, or like do push-ups on the little pedals, or not the pedals,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Peloton does that too. But or what's I think there's another bike, but I forgot what it's called.
There's all sorts of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think LeBron doesn't do Peloton. LeBron James did it's that mirror where it's like the bar and you
Oh
got
yeah. Fuck all that. See, fuck all that shit, bro. That's just all stupid. Like, dude, LeBron has never used that goddamn thing in his life. They just said, "Hey, we'll give you fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars if you say that you use it." He's like, yeah, sure. LeBron's in the gym with the fucking highest level personal trainers in the world, working out his fucking to get more athletic and faster and stronger. Yeah, dude. So that's the thing, though. You got to be weary. Like some things are just pure marketing. I mean, it's better to get a fucking gym membership, get uncomfortable, get your ass into the gym, feel stupid, go in there like, oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid and weak and fat. That's good. Feel that. Get in there. Look up fucking videos, get smarter, push yourself, get yourself out of your comfort zone. That's why I don't like those things.
like Peloton, because I'm like, you don't want to leave your house or what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
work out of my house. That's where I work. Like, I mean, that's where like I'm, not working. I'm sorry. That's where I'm chilling, like at the house. Like,
Yeah.
get yourself out of your fucking comfort zone and put in some work.
Yeah. Cause like I've done like home workouts and yes, they're fun, but then again, I mean, I didn't buy like,
Yes, you
P90X.
did.
No, I
Yes,
swear.
you bought that yoga. You bought the ballet.
Okay,
Man.
first
That's
of all,
cool. It's fine. No judgment.
I didn't buy it. I just downloaded the free version of the app. But like, I didn't buy like the full like P90X package or whatever, or I didn't buy the Peloton just because if you buy it, you're not gonna. Okay, actually, hold on. No, I bought this weird step thing, and like I use it, but it makes so much
So you
noise every
fucked up.
time. Yeah, yeah, it's like a little step. If you
That's
go to
your
Walmart,
downfall. After that, you're all downhill.
yeah, I think because again, if you buy it and you spend all that money, you're not going to use it. Therefore, you spent money on something you're not going to use rather than you should.
Well, hopefully you do, but yeah, lots of
Yeah,
people don't. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, because at least like with a gym membership, I
You
mean,
have
you
to
could still
drive
go.
there.
Yeah, I mean, people still have gym memberships and they still don't go to the gym. That's why
That's true.
I I enjoyed going with you because
I made you work.
yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah.
you know what? I love hearing your words of wisdom, man. And this is all the time we have. If you're in the San Antonio area, man, look up my good man Estevan Ray Valdez, the Juggernaut Fitness. Bro, he has his own merch. I did not know that. He's
We also
got
have
his.
online programming too. So
You got an online promo?
we have an 8-week online program. Yeah. So if anyone's ever wanting to do something and they need that accountability and, but they do have their own gym access, and they don't have to be in the San Antonio area, we can still help them out. So.
Yeah, man. Again, it's great to see you, man. Again, work out with this guy. If he's mean to you, that's just because you're not doing it right. So, other than
Or
that,
you are. I'm still gonna be mean to you.
bro, you've yelled at me more times than I can count, man.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good to have you, man. That's all for Gilbert's All About the Media podcast. Don't believe what all these bullshit fat loss freaking Peloton P90X. They're all just dude. At least take a start, man. Take a walk. That should be the first ever commercial. Is take a walk. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
All right, man. It's good to have you, man. And
hey, bro, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Again, if you're in the San Antonio area, check him out. And he also has his program too. So yeah. All right. We're cutting out. All right. And then